Beneath a clear sky, an elegant outdoor wedding unfolds, bathed in soft romantic music and adorned with twinkling lights and white roses. Eliza, the radiant bride, moves with captivating grace in her stunning lace gown. Daniel, the handsome groom, stands apart, his eyes fixed on Eliza with undisguised awe and love. Sunlight floods the wedding venue as Daniel stands nervously at the altar. Daniel, overwhelmed by emotion, whispers, "I still can't believe she chose me." In the vibrant reception, Eliza and Daniel dance, her movements captivating. Whispers ripple through the crowd as guest one remarks, "She's different, isn't she?" Guest two leans in, eyes narrowed, responding, "Just the way she stares, like she's not blinking enough." Mark watches Eliza, his expression wary. Eliza catches Mark's gaze and smiles. Mark looks away, unsettled by her knowing smile. The newlyweds step into their honeymoon suite, bathed in candlelight and scattered with rose petals, promising a night of romance. Daniel pulls Eliza close, sealing their love with a passionate kiss. As they break apart, Eliza's eyes betray a fleeting reptilian glimpse. In the opulent honeymoon suite, Daniel laughs nervously, a sense of unease creeping into his voice. A chilling realization dawns as Daniel stutters, babe? Your hands are cold." Eliza's response cuts through the air, a haunting declaration. "You should have listened to them, Daniel." Eliza's skin ripples, a horrifying transformation begins. Her jaw unhinges grotesquely, a nightmare unfolding before Daniel's eyes. Scales erupt across her skin as her limbs stretch into monstrous shapes. Daniel stumbles back in disbelief as a serpentine creature replaces his bride. In the honeymoon suite, Daniel recoils in terror. Daniel cries out, "What are you?" Sunlight floods the honeymoon suite, casting a bright glow over the immaculate space. A gentle knock at the door heralds the arrival of a hotel staff. The hotel staff enters, finding no trace of the previous night's horror-only pristine order. Eliza, human once more, sits serenely by the window, a picture of tranquility as she sips her tea. Sunlight spills into the honeymoon suite as a maid stands uneasily by the doorway. The maid asks, her voice trembling slightly, "Ma'am, where's your husband?" Eliza responds calmly, a hint of dismissal in her tone. "Oh, he had to leave early. Business." In the opulent honeymoon suite, a maid nods politely, preparing to leave. A fleeting glimpse of something slithering beneath the bed seizes her attention. A hand clamps down on her shoulder. "You saw nothing." The maid's eyes glaze over, her expression fading into blankness. She walks away, her memory wiped clean. At a new wedding venue, Eliza, radiant in another bridal gown, finds her next target. Her smile widens, and her tongue darts out with serpent-like speed. Bathed in sunlight, Eliza stands among the wedding guests, her face a mask of hidden thoughts as the scent of flowers fills the air. Eliza muses cynically, "Till death do us part, or until I'm hungry again." In the tranquil woods, Sarah strolls, gathering herbs and humming a cheerful tune. Unaware, she gathers herbs as danger lurks nearby. In the tranquil woods, Sarah kneels by a stream, the sunlight painting the forest floor with light as she refreshes herself with the cool water. A discarded wedding invitation lies half submerged in the reeds, its secrets waiting to be uncovered. Sarah's brow furrows as she picks up the invitation, her heart pounding with a sense of foreboding. Eliza stands radiant in a wedding dress, but the groom beside her is a stranger, sending a chill down Sarah's spine. The serene woods are disrupted as the earth trembles, challenging the peace. Sarah frantically searches, her eyes darting from tree to tree. The trees shake violently, despite the air remaining still. From behind an ancient oak, reptilian eyes watch, unseen. Sarah's breath hitches as she realizes she is being watched. Panic floods her veins as she attempts to flee, her legs heavy. From the depths of the woods, Eliza emerges in her serpentine form. Sarah's scream pierces the air as she collapses to the forest floor. Eliza lunges, jaws wide open, a terrifying assault in the serene woods. Sarah's screams echo, then abruptly cease as darkness swallows the scene. Detective Johnson enters the honeymoon suite, the scene a tableau of scattered wedding remnants. His gaze sweeps over champagne flutes and rumpled sheets, piecing together fragments of a forgotten celebration. Despite the veneer of normalcy, an unsettling feeling grips Detective Johnson. In the sterile hotel room, sunlight dances as Detective Johnson confronts the vacant hotel maid. "Can you tell me anything about the groom, sir?" Detective Johnson presses, his voice sharp. The hotel maid's response hangs heavy in the air. "I remember nothing." Detective Johnson observes, his suspicion deepening. Her eyes are glazed over. Something isn't right. Detective Johnson mutters quietly. "Mind control, perhaps?" Detective Johnson hunches over his desk, lost in the glow of the computer screen. He meticulously researches missing person cases, a chilling pattern slowly emerging. Grooms vanish without a trace, their disappearances linked to women who eerily resemble Eliza. Detective Johnson feeds the printer, each photo a grim reminder of the missing grooms. The faces of Eliza and the grooms begin to form a haunting mosaic on the corkboard. A web of red string connects the photos, a tangible representation of the tangled disappearances. Understanding dawns in Detective Johnson's eyes, the realization that this is no ordinary case. In the dim light of the police station, Detective Johnson sits alone, shadows clinging to his weary face. Driven by a burning desire for justice, he clenches his fist, a silent vow to stop the darkness that threatens to consume the city. Detective Johnson vows to bring Eliza to justice, determined to uncover the truth behind the disappearances and stop her from harming anyone else. Under a flower-draped arch, Eliza, radiant in her white dress, stands opposite the groom, ready to begin their life together. Sunlight catches the gleam of the rings as they exchange vows, binding their destinies. Cheers erupt from the assembled guests. The reception bursts with life as Eliza dances, her movements captivating. Detective Johnson observes Eliza from afar, his gaze intense. At the wedding reception, Detective Johnson extends a hand to Eliza, his smile warm and inviting. Eliza responds, her voice tinged with intrigue. "Oh, hello, Detective. I'm Eliza, a friend of the bride. It's a lovely wedding, isn't it? Though a bit incomplete without the grooms, wouldn't you say?" Detective Johnson's gaze sharpens subtly as he inquires. "Indeed. Have you by any chance noticed anything unusual tonight? Anything at all regarding their disappearance?" In the brightly lit reception, Eliza's eyes narrow as Detective Johnson's questions challenge her composure. A flicker of unease momentarily disrupts her carefully maintained facade. She offers a tight smile, then gracefully retreats into the crowd of elegantly dressed guests. Detective Johnson enters Eliza's hotel suite, his eyes sharp as he begins his thorough search. He moves with purpose, examining every drawer, his determination growing with each passing moment. Behind a painting, a hidden compartment conceals a dark secret. Inside, a collection of photographs reveals Eliza's haunting past. Eliza enters the opulent hotel suite, her presence immediately filling the space. Her eyes widen in disbelief as she catches Detective Johnson in the act, violating her privacy. A primal rage consumes her, and her human facade begins to shatter. She is no longer Eliza, but a serpent of immense power, poised to unleash her fury. Detective Johnson and Eliza clash in a brutal confrontation. Detective Johnson exploits Eliza's vulnerabilities. Detective Johnson seizes control. She changes back into a woman as she grapples with the detective, her defiance burning bright. In a sudden, desperate act, Eliza breaks free, lunging with fierce intent toward the window. A shattering crash marks Eliza's dramatic exit as she vanishes into the night, leaving only a gaping void. Detective Johnson stands frozen, his gaze fixed on the broken window, a chilling testament to what has just occurred. Under the cloak of night, Detective Johnson's relentless sprint echoes through the city streets, the wet asphalt amplifying each determined footstep. The city's neon lights dance in the rain-slicked puddles, casting a surreal glow on his desperate chase after Eliza. He is determined to apprehend her before she can inflict further harm. Eliza descends into the dark city sewers, her footsteps echoing in the tunnels. Detective Johnson follows Eliza into the sewers, determined to not let her escape. Detective Johnson descends into the city sewers, his flashlight beam piercing the oppressive darkness. Each step echoes in the sewers, as the air hangs thick with decay and the ground is covered in stagnant water. A chilling hiss echoes from the depths, and Eliza makes her presence known. In the murky depths of the city sewers, Eliza emerges from the shadows, ready to strike. Detective Johnson is caught off guard as Eliza unleashes a brutal attack. The battle intensifies as they grapple amidst the echoing tunnels, their struggle a dance of survival in the grimy depths. He corners Eliza, and she turns back into a woman. Seeing that she doesn't stand a chance, Eliza unleashes her Sepentine power. She transforms into a massive creature. Quick-thinking Detective Johnson discharges a hand grenade. He realizes he has outsmarted Eliza, his cunning opponent, who is now trapped behind a wall of rubble. The oppressive air is heavy with the stench of stagnant water and decay. Detective Johnson emerges from the sewers, his face a mask of exhaustion, yet his eyes burn with the thrill of victory. The city streets, still cloaked in shadow, begin to awaken under the hopeful blush of dawn. He knows Eliza is contained, at least for now, as the city slowly stirs to life. Detective Johnson stands in the intense silence of the police station, each item of evidence deliberately arranged on the table. His gaze rises to meet his superiors, his face a mask of grim resolve as he prepares to expose Eliza's secrets. Detective Johnson stands before the skeptical officers, his presence a challenge to their doubts. Doubtful glances are exchanged among the officers, their faces mirroring a shared concern. A reluctant nod seals their agreement, a silent pact to confront the sinister forces Johnson has unveiled. Deep within the woods, a group of hikers unknowingly approaches a scene of unspeakable horror. Scattered bones and tattered clothing litter the forest floor. The hikers stop, their faces etched with horror as they stare at the gruesome scene. The grim discovery confirms the monstrous nature of Eliza. In the sterile, unsettling green room, Eliza sits, her unpredictable nature palpable. Behind the one-way mirror, scientists and psychologists watch with curiosity and apprehension. Detective Johnson stands before Eliza's cell, his face a mask of frustration and morbid curiosity. "Eliza, you're behind bars. It's over." Eliza's smile is enigmatic as she replies, "Over? Oh, Detective, it's only just begun." A wedding unfolds in the bright light of day. The bride, an echo of Eliza, exchanges vows. Her groom gazes at her with adoration. The new bride dances with her groom, her movements light and hypnotic. From a distance, Detective Johnson watches, his eyes betraying a deep sense of dread. Detective Johnson strides alone through the city's neon-lit streets. Rain-slicked pavement reflects the city's glow, mirroring the turmoil within. Eliza's legacy casts a long, haunting shadow over him. A young woman strides through the woods, sunlight filtering through the canopy. She hums a tune, the basket filled with freshly gathered herbs. Unseen danger lurks, a shadow among the trees, as the cycle begins again. Darkness descends, the scene enveloped in an impenetrable void. Echoes of Eliza's next victim's screams cut through the silence, a haunting reminder of unseen terror.